Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Lee Van Dam here, and I wanted to bring you uh, one of my most successful decks on Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest, and that's going to be Sarkhan the Mad's Dragon Factory. Now, this deck is really cool because it takes advantage of Sarkhan's really explosive abilities and turns them into possibly an infinite playground for him to call dragons, as well as a really good source to handle the main issues you want to take care of in a Magic deck. So I'm going to go over the four things that this deck does extremely well, which show why it's so successful. And I'll even go over the downsides also, so that way you'll know what you may want to sub in to prepare against a deck that may uh, be able to play against this well and slow it down. So the first thing that I want to go over is that this deck actually gives you extremely speedy casting times. And when I say that, what I mean is that this deck can really get cards out of your hand really fast to affect the board very quickly. And so I'm going to go over some components with that because they play into a lot of the other parts of why the deck is so good. Um, so with the speedy casting times, what you have is you've got a variety of abilities working together really, really well. So for all of your direct damage spells, and that's going to be Devour in Flames, which as you see, it's just 3 mana costs and deals 5 damage, which is great. 3 mana costs, especially when you're a higher level planeswalker, is guaranteed. Unless you actually go for the planeswalker gems to directly increase your abilities, you're always going to get 3 mana costs. So with each of these spells, you're always going to be able to cast them to directly attack something whenever they're drawn. There's nothing that's going to stop you, except a couple of errant abilities which make things cost more mana. So you're really, really going to do well with these. As you can see, they all have a drawback. And so two of them have discard a random card and the creature you choose takes 6 damage. So Lightning Axe is the exact same. But the 3 mana costs more than makes up for it, and you're going to see why none of the downsides to these cards are really a problem with this deck. Um, one of the main things that this plays into to speed up casting costs as well is that you've got 2 vampires. Actually, got 3 abilities, and they have a few things attached to them. So this vampire has a discard also, but you've got Madness on one of your big buffs, and Madness 3 means whenever you have to discard a card, you actually gain 3 mana towards casting this card. So when you discard another card based on those abilities, this card gains mana out of turn to be able to cast faster. It's also immune to discard. So both of these cards, both Stensia Masquerade and Blood Mad Vampire, they benefit from the discard because they come out faster and you can't get rid of them, which means your opponent can't get rid of them either. So they're going to make it onto the board, and they're both very powerful, so we're going to talk about them a little bit later because it's really good. You've also got Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, which once you get this out, it's going to give you extra mana every turn. So 3 mana a turn, which again means that you're guaranteed to be able to power any of your 3 burn spells, and you're also going to be able to power your healing buff as well because it only costs 4 mana too. So you've got a lot of low cost things that are going to be able to automatically be cast on the same round that you draw them. So it's really, really good once the machine gets in place. So the next thing I want to talk about is that this deck has extremely good creature removal. And what I mean by that is that when your opponent casts a creature on the board, unless it is really, really strong out of the gate, this deck is going to be able to deal with it swiftly and promptly. So that way you don't have to worry about taking a lot of damage in almost any case. The way it's going to do it is through the direct damage spells, and it's also going to do it through these 2 vampires. Now, these two vampires are berserker vampires, so they attack creatures directly first before they go after planeswalkers. And so, one of the things that makes this so good is that when you're on the board, this will create gems where if you activate it, you'll discard a card, and this creature will get +3 attack. So this creature, once it's on the board, can also play into the madness for your 2 cards that have madness to help get them on the board faster, and it buffs them as well. So it's really, really cool. Uh, Along with that, Blood Mad Vampire, whenever you deal damage to a Planeswalker, it gets +1/+1. So if you can sneak the Blood Mad Vampire in after the other vampire has been dealing damage to the creatures, then you can get a really, really strong unit out of this card for late game. And so it can make it really, really scary very, very fast. Also, since you're using Madness to discard cards, especially once you have everything rolling, you're discarding duplicates, then you're going to cast more Blood Mad Vampires in order to reinforce that vampire faster. So, really, really good. Along with that, you've got the low cost burn spells, which we've talked about, and then you've got Stensia Masquerade, which is protected by Madness, so you're guaranteed to get it out, and it makes all of your vampires get +2/+2, which is very, very strong, and it gives every creature first strike. So when your berserker creatures are going after stuff, if it's got first strike, that means it's going to deal its damage first, and the opposing monster is only going to be able to attack back if it survives. It's very important in this game because typically monsters they attack at the same time, and so your creatures would be dealt damage. This saves your creatures because they can't be dealt damage unless the other monster survives, and it also permanently buffs your vampires by +2 on both toughness and power. So you get stronger units out of the deal, and you're going to be able to cast this reasonably fast when you mix it in with your discard game. So that's really, really good. So lots of good creature removal, as you can see, and it's really easy to work with, and so I like that a lot. The next thing I want to talk about with this build is going to be survivability. Now, with survivability, you have a few different options. You've got creature removal, which I talked about, which is going to help you survive, but more importantly, you also have healing, and you've got healing in a couple of forms. And so you've got healing in the form of grotesque mutation, which whatever creature you put it on gets +3/+1 and lifelink until the end of your turn. The reason this becomes more important is because late game, especially if you have buffed up creatures from the enhancements and from Stensia Masquerade, one lifelink can give you back tons of health. It can give you back tons of life. So for this to be low cost and just come out whenever you need to, not only does a good job of saving vampires because they're going to be attacking creatures, so it can buff them for that, but it's going to give you life in the process. So it's really, really good. The other card that's going to help you out is going to be the Indulgent Aristocrat. It's also a vampire, so it benefits from everything else. It can also play the discard game, so it can help you get a Blood Mad Vampire out quickly, or it can help you get to a Stensia Masquerade to buff it even faster. And it has lifelink on it all the time, so while you have it out, it's going to be healing for you until they can kill this vampire. So all of the creatures play a really, really great role in different facets of this build, and they make everything work really, really well. Again, with survivability, you've got low cost burn spells options, so that way you can survive creature attacks and readily deal with threats that come on the board. So it's really, really awesome. Last but not least, the other great thing I want to talk about is that this build has the ability to create some really, really huge monsters. And so we touched on how it creates the monsters because it can cast multiple vampires really fast to reinforce them. But one of the ways that this build truly creates crazy monsters is going to be through this card, Relentless Dead. So when this creature dies, this specific creature and the last other non-token zombie, which can be this creature that was destroyed, are returned to the battlefield. So in essence, there are very, very few scenarios where this creature will die and stay dead. And so because this creature always comes back, Sarkhan has an ability, it's called Call Dragon. It destroys one of your creatures of your choosing and summons a 5/5 red dragon with flying. So picture this. So you call Dragon Relentless Dead, and then Relentless Dead actually comes back on the battlefield the exact same round. So as long as you have enough Planeswalker ability points, you can call Dragon again. So you're getting a 5/5 reinforcement for your Dragon every single time that you purposely kill your own Relentless Dead. And Relentless Dead comes back for you to be able to do this again for the rest of the battle. It is crazy. It is crazy, and it is so cool when the machine is working. It is very, very scary. Uh, so you've got lots of stuff going there. Then you got Stensia Masquerade, which buffs every vampire by +2/+2 every time you get it out. So lots of ways to buff vampires, lots of ways to quickly draw cards with Fiery Sacrifice. So that way you can quickly have cards to run through, whether you need to play the discard game, whether you need to buff something, or whatever needs to be done. And so the deck handles things really, 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 really well. Now, there is a downside to this deck because it does almost everything well, but the one thing it really doesn't do well is it doesn't deal with support destruction very well. Now, you can still match gems to destroy supports, but you can't immediately deal with them all the time because this deck really doesn't have a way to change colors. It doesn't have a way to manipulate the actual board. So you can substitute in something like Obliterate to Pieces, which will destroy a support for you. It deals you damage, but you can normally heal that back pretty quick. But it doesn't have a direct way, ability wise or spell wise, to destroy support. So if there's a really crazy support out there, like I know there's one that can disable your monsters once you attack, so that can really, really put a damper on things. You got to be careful with that. You just got to work around that as quickly as possible, which a lot of the low cost burn can help you with that too. So that is it. So that's the whole deck. As you can see, it's really pretty simple in its design, but everything works really, really well. And so we're going to do a couple of battles just to kind of show it off, run through some stuff, and I won. Great. Okay. That round was kind of tricky though, because I won first, but I don't think I should have, but hey, that's great. Y'all saw it. I got first place. I'm not telling anybody. That's it. I got first place. So, new battle. Alright, so let's see what we've got. So we've got Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, and then we've got Relentless Dead. So at this point, we're going to get Shrine out, and that will give us more mana to work with the rest of the time. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the white. That was cool. Okay, good. Play a little defense. So since I'm also red, I'm going to get some red on the board, and we're going to go ahead and get Relentless Dead out as quickly as possible. Wow, that was good. Okay. Wow. That was really, really good. Alright, so let's draw a card. Alright. What do we want to do? So we won't need Shrine again. So we're going to move those cards out. And yeah, we're just going to play to get everything out. Alright, so we've got Relentless Dead out. And we're going to be able to... Okay, we're going to be able to... Okay, that worked out really well. Not now. So we've got two vampires out already. And we've got a Berserker Vampire out. Deal damage to the Berserker. That was smart, because that's what you need to do. Okay. Since we've got Relentless dead out, we're going to go ahead and call Dragon. So we'll call Dragon Relentless dead. Dies. The Dragon comes. Relentless dead comes back. So the zombie is ready to go again. So it's really awesome. And at this point, we're pretty good as far as on health. We got the life lead. We don't need this. And the vampire heals us back up. So that's cool. So that looks like that's going to get rough really, really fast as far as attacks are concerned. So let's see. What are we going to do? We can still outlast this. So we're going to get the extra turn. It doesn't matter. Well, it did matter who we put it on. I shouldn't have put it on. I should put it on the dragon, because then the dragon would have healed 8 life. But it'll be okay. We'll be fine. Okay, so we got an okay life lead. Got lots of humans coming out. Alright, so what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to call Dragon again. So now we've got a 10-10 dragon. So sick. So sick. Alright. Okay, so our discard one's right up here. So we're going to work towards that. And we're just going to get some mana on the board. I don't have to change out right now, because now that I've got a 10-10, I can keep up with damage. So unless he can kill unless my opponent can kill my 10-10, I'll win, because I'll just out damage him. Okay. Alright, so this is where it's going to get pretty important. Now, I'm not going to have the life lead for very long. Well, actually, yes, I will. I'll keep it. Okay. Relentless Dead is coming back. But what it did is it opened up the ability for me to get a new mob, so that's cool. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we'll cast the vampire this round. We'll get a Devour in Flames, so that'll be good. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so we're gonna get everything out. Devour in Flames, we're gonna do that to this guy, so that way that's 5 less damage we have to take. They already have full mana, so they're gonna cast it anyways. Get the permanent buff. on that vampire, and now we get an extra swap. So we're gonna call dragon again. Get my zombie back. Now I've got a 15 power dragon. Ridiculous. Okay. And see, because of that 15 power, I got just enough life to where it couldn't kill the dragon. So this is going to be the end of the game. That's it. Alright, so no need cast. The dragon took care of it. Boom. Here we go. Nice. 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 Very nice. Cool. Alright. So let's heal up and let's run one more fight. And then I'll put up some of my like quick battle runs with this deck. Since this deck is doing really well, it maintains control really well. Alright, so let's see the order of business. We'll get Relentless Dead out first. And since Stensia Masquerade is best with a vampire out, we'll get the vampire out next. Okay. So we're going to get the vampire out on turn 1. That's pretty crazy. It's green. So we'll take green from them. Since we didn't need a lot of mana to cast, we'll just take green so that way they get less. Alright, cool. So we're already set up pretty well. So we're going to give the perma buff to the vampire. So the vampire's going to heal 4 now, so that's big. It's really big. And then we always have the discard game on deck, so that way if we need to, we can get another buff out. So we've got a Fury Blade vampire to get out here. So now we're ready. So I can switch over to the Fury Blade vampire if I want to, but at this point I'm not going to because the factory's already ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and start calling the dragon and get that running. Okay. That's cool. All right. We don't need it right now. Now that the guide is over, I'll show my face down here. Hey, what's going on? Plan. We're gonna do. We'll buff Relentless Dead. That's cool. That works. Get a combo drop right there. Don't need it right now. Don't need it right now. And so now that I've got enough ability, I'll call dragon again. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay. So I'm gonna call dragon. I'm gonna call dragon again. Nice. Right. We're still good. We're still good. Those are some big jokers, though. Jeez. Wow. Okay. We're going to. What are we going to do? All right, so we're going to go ahead and heal up. So this is going to give me back 17. So that's a really good swing of health. Really nice swing of health. Gonna need it because they're starting to hit hard. But let's see, we can't get rid of anything, but the question is that is it gonna be worth it to go ahead and get the vampire out there that can start chopping them down? I don't know. All right, so for right now, we're just gonna get the red going. With a spark of creativity. Nah, not yet. Do we want to do it yet? It's 18 versus 22. Okay, so they can't catch me. I don't want to do it yet. Not yet. Not yet. But all right, so we'll call Dragon one more time, and that should take care of it because now it's 15. So yeah, buff at the end. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, that takes care of it. Cool. So there we go. That's what I'm working with. As you can see, it works really, really well, and I've been beating some face. So I'm excited. If you get to play this build, let me know what it does for you because I like it. It's really sound. It's a good machine. Works great. Works great. If you have any questions about it, leave them in the comment section below. But I appreciate you coming by. If you like this video, throw me a like. If you haven't subscribe already because we got a lot of videos up in here and we got more to come. So appreciate you guys again. Until next time, this is Lee Van Nam. You guys take care.